So, guys, we are back. We are back as we are entering the closing stages of Miami. Closing stages, I should say, it's only the final that's remaining. But there are few points really, right? One is Alcaraz missing out on the Sunshine Double again. Second is the new kid on the block. Not new, but Sinner really taking big strides. Third point today is a single-handed backhand player, which is Grigor Dimitrov, is back in the top 10, which essentially means single-handed backhand is in the top 10. And finally, we'll just predict what might happen uh, in the finals with Sinner and Dimitrov playing head-to-head tomorrow night. Cool. So, Adish, I think let's start with Alcaraz missing out. I am sure that you have your point of view around the pressure that Alcaraz faces, but yeah, he's missed out again.
Well, yeah, but it's not a big deal, right? See, we have had so far what two big tournaments this year. He has won one of them. He has defended his Indian Wells title. So I think only onwards and upwards for Alcaraz. And he also has faced some problems with Dimitrov in the past. Even last
Yeah.
year, Dimitrov was the person who sort of defeated Alcaraz, and uh, the sort of downfall that Alcaraz had in the latter half of the year, especially
Yeah.
US Open year. So that began with Dimitrov. But yeah, I think yeah, people are too quick to criticize Alcaraz, or the expectations are way too high from him. So maybe
Yeah.
that's the reason. And as
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the Sunshine Double, I don't think he will probably have another 7, 8 attempts at least. Yeah, he will
Multiple
he
shots.
will
Yeah.
do it eventually. But one thing is that last year also he missed out on Miami, and this year also he missed out on Miami. So rather than winning the Sunshine Double, he should probably focus only on winning Miami next time.
Yeah, yeah. I think Andy Roddick mentioned in his podcast that the bounce, I mean, whoever has a really great spin is at advantage when it comes to Indian Wells. Probably Alcaraz has that, and hence he has won Indian Wells twice. Not so much at Miami. But talking about Alcaraz, I think a phenomenal start to the year, right? So people are saying he is not in form, but the way he played both the tournaments. I remember Monfils saying to maybe his team, I don't know who he said to, but he said that I need to do something more. I need to finish the point because otherwise I won't win. He's everywhere. So that's what he literally quoted. And I felt Alcaraz had a phenomenal tournament, both the tournaments. And I really loved watching it.
No, actually, I was really glad that Alcaraz defeated Sinner at the Indian Wells. Once and for all, shushing his so-called critics who were very quick to write him off and tout Sinner as the next big thing. Because
Mm,
the way I see it, the way we see it, both these guys are going to remain on top for some time. So it's
yeah.
not like Sinner has overnight overtaken Alcaraz or something. It's just going to be the sort of rivalry where sometimes a surface or a
Yeah.
weather favors one guy and sometimes the other. So it's good to watch that kind of rivalry being built up. Alcaraz Sinner.
Yeah, that's a interesting point around the rivalry. But talking about major strides, Sinner is demolishing his opponents. I mean, straight sets 2-1 or 1-2. I don't know. Semis against Medvedev was crazy. I mean, he's hitting forehand winners at 120, 130 mph. I don't know where he goes from here.
Medvedev match was disappointing, man. I always look forward to, Medvedev doing something. He has
Yeah.
been the number three, number four guy for so long now. I just want him to once get the better of the top two guys or the top three guys. It would
Yeah.
be great to watch Medvedev not just reaching the semis or the
So,
finals, comfortably getting through that last barrier, which unfortunately, I think, he's getting stuck there, something like that. I'm not sure because I love the way he plays Medvedev. His
yeah,
off-court interviews are legendary. So. I just want
And
really
his
hope that with Alcaraz
returns.
already out in the other half, if
Mm,
Medvedev can make it,
yeah, yeah.
Medvedev
So people
had a
might be
better chance.
wondering. No, one point I want to make: people might be wondering why Sinner and Alcaraz obviously are not facing, but could have faced in the final, and they did face in the semis in Indian Wells. That's because Djokovic was playing. So,
Right.
and he was the number one seed. But yeah, I also felt sad for Medvedev. Maybe again, same result. But yeah, it is fun to watch him. His changes in strategy, standing behind the baseline sometimes, standing on the baseline sometimes, attacking second serves sometimes. That was phenomenal. Yeah. And talking about attacking second serves, what a performance we saw from Dimitrov. Absolutely incredible. I mean, I watched the entire match. I watched the 12-minute highlights. I watched the 4-minute highlights. That's how impressed I was. Roger-esque, no question about that.
Okay, I only saw the highlights of the match, unfortunately. But more than
Hmm.
anything else, the thing that hit me the most was the way uh, Alcaraz said that after the match, I felt like
Hmm.
the frustrated 13-year-old
13-year-old
who
being
just
bullied.
couldn't get, yeah, who just couldn't get answers to what the Dimitrov was throwing at me. And it was, I honestly probably shouldn't be saying this, but there was a point in the last few tournaments when I was getting a little irritated with the physicality, the power, and the similar type of tennis that was being brought on court by Alcaraz and Sinner. So unfortunately, this is the tennis that we are living in. It is powerful, fast, you know, they both can literally hit what 30, 40 balls, powerful shots in a row, and we have been seeing that for so long now. It was so good to see Dimitrov getting the better of Alcaraz, a man who was touted as baby Federer one time. Now, of course, he's 32, he's not a baby anymore. But there was a time when he had the Federer-esque technique. He still does. Single-handed backhand, good volleys, very effortless, touchy kind of game. So for me, that was a refreshing change to watch Dimitrov at least get into the final. If he fortunately gets the better of Sinner and wins a 1000 Masters, I would be delighted.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. Everything was fabulous. I mean, the volleys, the serves, the approach shots, and obviously it was like a Federer Nadal of the Australian Open where Federer was taking things early and
Early. Yeah.
trying to finish the point, yeah, with intent. So yeah, fantastic to watch. And talking about Dimitrov, a single-handed backhand is in the top 10.
Yeah.
That became quite a news, right? When there was no single-hander in the top 10.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if we look at, I don't know, since 2005, 6, I don't think there has been any time when there have been more guys in the top 10 who play single-handed than
Hmm.
a double-handed backhand. I think Federer has been holding fort for too long, so maybe somebody just missed that. Oh, the double-handed backhand is on the rise. Something like that has happened.
Yeah, cool. So finally, there is a Miami Open final. It is played between Sinner and Dimitrov. A very different kind of maybe strategies or the type of game you can expect. What is your guess?
Oh, I don't want to guess. I'm just rooting for Dimitrov. I don't care. I want Dimitrov to win. That's all right now
Yeah,
I want.
yeah.
He's in tremendous form. He has defeated Alcaraz in the quarters, Sasha in the semis. So there is no doubt that he can't do it or something like that. Of course, Sinner is on top of his game. He has lost only one match since he lost to Djokovic at the World Tour Finals last year, and that too against Alcaraz. So, and the way, as you said, the way he has been playing here, all straight set matches, and even the straight set matches aren't like 6-4, 6-4 or something like 6-2, 6-3, 6-2, 6-1. He's absolutely thrashing everybody right, left, center. but I'm rooting for Dimitrov. I really want to see Dimitrov lift this Miami Open.
Yeah, I think exactly the thought in my mind. I want to see Dimitrov win. I want to see a drop volley. I want to see some backhand passing shots and a lot of fun. So let's hope we get to see a fantastic match and we get to see Dimitrov, a new champion of Miami. Cool. So, to all our fans, do enjoy the match. Thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see you soon.